Going through the healing process is the most cathartic, difficult, and emotional experience. No part of it is easy, but in retrospect, it's absolutely incredible to have experienced. Consider this a love letter to all the people in my life who have recently gone through a difficult time or are in the midst of dealing with it. But please note, I'm not a professional in this field, so can claim no expertise. I only share these things from the perspective of going through it. Most people don't realize that a lot of healing involves forgiving yourself. Once you have cut out the people who harmed you, dealt with the causes, and found yourself somewhere safe, you're left with a mire of confusion around your sense of self. So forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for mistakes and choices you made that may have put you in the situation to start with, or even prolonged the pain. With emotional abuse particularly, it's intangible. Unless you are well versed in the science, it's all too easy to become ensnared in the tactics of manipulation and guilt. And even if you are well versed, it's still easy to get caught. It's not something you should blame yourself for, it's their burden. Forgive yourself for becoming the villain or for the bad things that you had to do in order to survive. Forgive yourself for who you found yourself to be. The film Life of Pi goes into that exact thing, but we'll get into that later in the week. We build up layers of ideas of who we are as people, labels that represent personality traits or knowledge of how we react to certain situations. Trauma is very effective at peeling back all those layers and exposing the core of who you are, and we don't necessarily like what we see. Trauma will strip you back to the beginning and make you start again. For people who are capable and cool-headed in tight spots, it might be traumatizing in of itself to discover that they freeze under terror, or for kind people to discover they are capable of spite. We discover who we truly are when we are tested. Part of healing is learning to accept those parts that don't align with who you believed yourself to be. Don't let your sense of self become a cage that stops you growing. Quick side note, yes, my dog did jump in the blackest mud I've ever seen in protest to me filming a flower. Healing is about reframing the pain. It took me a very long time, but I learned to accept what had happened to me. I learned to translate all the bad, terrifying, and upsetting things that had happened into positives. I had someone yell right in my face, yes, but I know now I can shout louder. There were days when I felt like I was emotionally flawed every hour, but I always had the strength to pick myself up. He tried to control my behavior, but I fought him the entire 7 years. Healing is entirely possible for anyone. After doing the hard work these past years, I can now confidently say that I look back on the last decade and regret nothing. I would change nothing. Everything I went through shaped me into the person I am today and gave me everything I have. And as I said to my husband in my wedding speech last year, I would endure hell all over again, precisely because it was the road that led me right here to this exact moment, this exact life, and to you.